Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special broadcast today. I just spent the last 3 hours on the phone, which is why my live stream was delayed, finding out the regulation, pricing, and telephone numbers, which I'm going to give out for the area known as Panglao, Panglao, Bohol, Philippines. So in this live stream, I'm going to give you 5 different destinations and how you can go through the quarantine procedures if you should decide to come to Bohol. So the first things that you should be aware of is that a mandatory quarantine for 14 days is in effect as of July 1st to July 15th. That may or may not change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the local phone numbers for the Panglao local government unit, at which point, before you come to the Philippines, you're going to have to register or have someone register you at this local government agency. So I'm going to go to my notes, and then I'm going to start giving you the telephone numbers to the local government agency. I will give you a landline, and I will give you a globe cell number. So and then I'm going to give you the names of the resorts that are available, and I will also give you the link for the hotels that are available. However, when you Google quarantine hotels, certified quarantine hotels for the island of Bohol, more specifically Panglao, half the phone numbers don't work, or because it's Sunday, half of them don't answer the phone. So I will give you the information first. The first piece of information I will be giving you is what is known as the local government unit. There are 2 numbers. One is the landline, and that number is 038-502-8080. I'll go through that again. However, I will tell you that if you are local and you have a landline, the 038 is probably not necessary to dial. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get to my live stream in case someone has a question while I'm doing the live stream itself. So if you have a local landline on the island of Panglao, the number that I gave you, the 038, is probably not necessary. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm on my live stream now, so now I can continue to give you the numbers. The local government unit number, it's called the L as in Laredo, G as in golf, unit as in uniform. The LGU number is 502-8080 with a preface of 038. Cell number for the local government unit is 0905-462-0418. I'm going to give that to you again. The globe cell number for the local government unit is 0905-462-0418. And for the last time, I will give you the landline number with a preface of 038-502-8080. You need to register before the person gets to the Philippines. They will give you the information that they require depending on the country. Now, if you go to the website that I will give you the website number, this website is for certified hotels from the local government unit. And there is a list of these certified hotels. So hold on, let me give you certified hotels in Bohol, Panglao, Panglao. Okay, and then I'm going to give you the link. Hopefully, it looks like a long link. Hopefully it fits. It does not fit because it's 671 characters. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the link, and then I will just tell you to Google that. Will bring you to the website. So just give me another 10 seconds. I'm going to post that 3 times. That's what you will be Googling. That will bring you to a page with about 20 different options. But I went through most of those options. Some people are not answering the phone because it's Sunday, and some of the numbers don't work. So I'm going to give you 5 telephone numbers that do work with the pricing and the name of the hotel, and if possible, the secretary that I spoke with. So the first hotel on the list of my notes is the most expensive, but it's listed. These are listed in order. So I don't know why the website is like that. The first hotel is the Bellevue Resort. That's Belle, V as in Victor, U as in uniform, E as in echo. The Bellevue Resort. It lists rooms for 5,040 pesos per night. However, each of the hotels, although they list the price of the rooms, they each have a package deal for 14 days with 3 meals a day. All of the hotels on the certified hotel list all have a package deal with about a 30% discount from their listed prices. Before I give you that piece of information, I will tell you that once you are in the room of any of these hotels, you are not allowed to walk around on the property at any time of the day or night. So you are basically restricted to stay into all the hotel rooms without basically opening up your front door. Now, the telephone number to the Bellevue Hotel is a landline, and the number is 038, that's the preface or the area code, 038 422 2222. The number again is 038 422 2222. The package, all inclusive, 14 days at the Bellevue Resort, which is a 4-star hotel, is exactly $1,000 for the 14 days. They will break it down for you, but all inclusive, 14 days at the hotel at the Bellevue Resort with 3 meals a day delivered to your room is exactly $1,000 US. The next hotel is called the Bohol Sunside Resort, Bohol Sunside Resort. It's a 3-star hotel. The phone number is 038 502 4001. They do not answer the phone, but the phone rings. So I think it's because it's Sunday, they're not answering the phone. However, for those 14 days, it would be considerably less. probably, based on a 1,500 peso per day, you're looking at about $400 with 3 meals a day at the Bohol Sunside Resort. The next hotel is called the Mahal Resort and Spa. This one lists the rooms for 4,000 pesos per day. However, with the package deal, it's going to be 3,000 pesos a day. They do not answer the phone, but these are the prices based on the phone calls I've made this morning. So the Mahal Resort is located in Bingag, Bingag, Panglao. So based on 3,000 pesos a day, you're going to spend about 30, about $700 for the 14 days. They did not answer the phone. The telephone number for the Mahal Resort is 038-8495. That's a landline only. They have no globe number. The next hotel, they did answer the phone. It's a 4-star hotel called the Blue Water Hotel in Panglao Beach. This is a very nice place. The woman's name at the desk is Gera, Gera, Golf Echo Romeo Alpha. The price for that hotel, including 3 meals, the Blue Water Hotel, including 3 meals, is $700 for the 14 days. Meals included at the Blue Water Hotel. I'm going to give you the local government unit cell number and landline again for those of you who missed it at the beginning of the live stream. The local government unit cell number is 0905-462-0418. Again, that number is 0905-462-0418. The landline for the local government unit, and you need to register before your guest or guests come to the Philippines. The landline is 038-502-8080, and that's the telephone number for the government office. I will add that the prices that I quoted you are for one person only. A second person is about 500 pesos a day for food, plus an additional several thousand pesos. It depends on the hotel. So you're going to have to add, if there are 2 people, 500 pesos a day for all of the above hotels, plus about another $200 on average. So that's what I would suggest you do. Now, there's another hotel called the Bohol Lahoy Dive and Beach Resort, and that's in Guindulaman. Guindulaman is about 4 kilometers east of Alona Beach, 4 kilometers from Alona Beach. They have a smart cell number only. The smart cell number is 0920-279-8228. They didn't answer the phone, but the package based on the previous hotels is going to be $750. And that's what I have for the Panglao area. There are many additional hotels if you are going to be stationed or wish to be stationed in the city. There's a list of about 15 more certified hotels from the government. So I'm going to go to the live stream. Warren H., he didn't go to sleep, my friend. We will be having dinner together shortly, which I should add to the people in the live stream. Once you enter into the room, I don't know if they seal it with a chain and lock. I would imagine not, but you cannot have guests and you cannot leave the room. Now, if you decided to have a guest stay with you in the room, that's okay. But of course, you have to pay for the second meal and an additional $200 to $400 US for your guest. So if Steve Montelli is out there listening, those are the prices for one person that I quoted, and it's $200 to $400 additional for the guest and an additional 7,500 pesos for the meals. 500 pesos a day times 14 comes out to about 7,100 pesos, 200 pesos. So that's the information that I got this morning working with Warren H. The itches in Warren has not been available yesterday because he had a small operation on his leg. What Warren, as the non-complainer that he is, he had a small 7-inch cut on his leg stitched up temporarily. And on Tuesday, they will open up that wound, clean it out for the last time, dress it, and sew it back up permanently. And then when that's done, Warren's visa is going to be, his passport will be ready on July 13th. That's the estimated date of completion for his passport, July 13th. It's going to take about 7 days for Warren to get the visa, and 72 hours before Warren is ready to leave Australia, he notifies Rex, R-E-X, Air. Now, the Billy Hunt, the joker that asked for Warren's email address so that he might share a flight, I think you're a joker, because the word Billy in Australia means joker, and being that you used Warren Hunt's last name, I think you're trolling the channel. So I've spent enough time with you. So if someone is serious and lives in Australia, even though Billy said he lived in Brisbane, if you're in Australia and you want to come to the Philippines, Warren Hunt, well, he can leave his YouTube page. You can leave a message on one of his videos that you're interested in coming to the Philippines, and Warren will give you the pricing for a 12-passenger turboprop plane that will be leaving from Sydney Airport, arriving in Manila to go through customs, and then going onward to Bohol. Now, I'm not sure, but I would imagine if you had a different destination, Rex Air, if you know anything about the way airplanes fly, Rex Air would just put your destination on the schedule. It might be before Bohol or after Bohol. But if you wanted to go to a different destination in the Philippines, it's just a question of filling out a flight form, where you're going, stops you're going to make, and how long your stops are going to be, whether they're going to be a fuel stopover or a passenger pickup or passenger drop off. So that's what's going on, and that's why my live stream was a little bit late. In addition to that, we have a room ready for Warren. The room has been rented and paid for 90 days, starting August 1st. August 1st. The room is available from July 29th, but we rented it from August 1st until January 1st. Originally, we had a room till after January. However, I upgraded his room, and that room is only available until August 1st, September 1st, October 1st, December 1st, till December 1st, and then after that, or during the course of Warren's stay, there are other rooms available. Just a question of moving laterally, vertically, or below, either Saka upstairs or Naug downstairs. So there was originally just a private hotel, ground floor only, but we upgraded that to a multi-story building so that he would have a better view. So I see stupid chat. Get the fedora. Let's get the fedora here. Let's go. The fedora. Oh my God. And for those of you who don't know me, stupid chat is when my subscribers have donated more than $100. Then it becomes stupid chat because they can't be too smart if they give me money. So to cover your calls, I owe you $490. Not a problem. So we did spend several hours on the phone. In fact, I really enjoyed talking to one of the hotels, because one of those hotels that is certified. Now, you should also understand, not every hotel in the Philippines is certified. You're going to have to go to the top of the page, look up local government unit certified hotels quarantine. Put any of those word phrases in for any destination in the Philippines, and you're going to come to the hotels that are certified. For instance, if you were going to go to Palawan, you'd put down government certified quarantine hotels, Palawan. I don't know the local government number, but what I will tell you is that each hotel I called up, the person answering the phone had the local number for Panglao and or Bohol, the city of Bohol. So because there is no hotel reservations in any hotels, they have rooms available. If you see it says certified hotel, there are rooms available because there are no long-term stays in the Philippines. If you come into the Philippines, the quarantine is mandatory. If you call up the hotel, they will give you the local government unit telephone number that you need to register before the person gets to the Philippines. Do not wait until the person gets off the plane. Don't do that. Call up the local government agency. They're going to request certain information: passport identification number, full name, address, and contact number for the person that's coming into the Philippines, as well as the scheduled arrival date and time. I don't know how that works, but I would imagine they're going to have a special vehicle pick you up at the airport. The local government agency for Panglao is not open. Today is Sunday in the Philippines. So I'll call up tomorrow and I'll give you an update. So let's see what we got going here. We have Scott Del Fuego, the scam fedora. Oh my God, he is so true about that. You know, and I know this is part of my show. I run a legitimate scam. In fact, I'm the only YouTuber in the entire Philippines vlogging genre that runs a legitimate scam. All the other people have not been certified in scamming, but believe me, I have been certified by the ultimate certification of scammers. That would be Big E in Cebu. Big E in Cebu. He has trained me in how to win friends and influence people. So he explained to me, if I get a nice fedora, and I put the fedora down like that, and I tell people that I'm running a legitimate scam, they will give you money. You can be a legitimate scammer. All you need is a fedora, any color, and agree that you are running a legitimate scam. And people, just like that movie with Kevin Costner, if you scam them, they will come. And remember, in the Bible, Jesus said, it is better for you to give your money to Michael Fazio. That's in the Bible in red letters, so you know those are Jesus's words. It is better for you to give your money to Michael Fazio than for him to give money to anyone else. And those are, thank you, Jesus. Salamat. So let's get back to the comments and we'll see what the great wordsmith has to say. Scott Del Fuego says, the scam fedora is on. Razor sharp intellect is engaged. Loyal friends notified and gathering, and the generosity and willingness to share tremendous experience with others is in gear. It's Rabbi Tuz Barker in the Philippines, baby. Rabbi Tuz Barker in the Philippines, baby. Didn't work like that. I got to do a. I'll give you a proper Rabbi Tuz Barker in the Philippines, baby. And we are now politically correct rabbis. We see more super chat. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We see, to cover my calls, you owe me $490. Warren, one more thing I want to tell you. I don't know why Warren is sending stupid chat, because about 2 weeks ago, I think I mentioned that Warren, in order to make it easy, so Warren doesn't have to travel to the city and back with me every day to buy supplies to start building the hotel. I just said in passing, you should get me a credit card with my name on it. So that's arriving this week to Warren's address. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm a little bit upset about this. The credit card that has my personal name on it, that Warren got for his personal bank account, he reduced my credit line to $20,000 a day. I mean, come on, man. How am I gonna go shopping with 20,000 pesos a day? How am I supposed to do that? I'm gonna have to go back and forth to the city on multiple days just to pick up the pesos. And I'll have to charge him for the transportation. I mean, that's just crazy. But we have to do what we have to do. And let's see what we have. We have more super chat. More super chat. That must be super chat tax. Warren says, hello, Scott Del Fuego. Glad you didn't go to sleep. Yes, the fedora made me do it. See, the fedora, I have, for those of you who are new to my channel, I have this thing that I did a long time ago. I put everybody in a subliminal trance when I said, if I have the fedora, you will super chat. When you see the fedora, your wallet should get lighter and lighter. And like your hands, when the magician, the money should flow out of your wallet into your credit card and then onto my screen. Remember, Jesus said it is better for you to give to Michael Fazio than for Michael Fazio to give to you. Those are the words of Jesus. They're in red letters in the King James Bible. So we have more super chat, more super chat. Oh, and by the way, I'm trying to limit my super chat to just under $500 a month. So I'd appreciate it if you guys would go easy, because if it's more than $500 a month, I'm going to have to pay tax on that super chat. And that's my Google. So as long as my Google earnings are less than $500 a month, I won't owe any money on my taxes. So what I just want you to know, so try to keep the super chats down. If you guys could keep track, review what was given to me the other day and the day before that and a few days before that and then a week or so before that. Right now, we're right at the threshold in the month of June. We just, at the threshold of 500. So that was good. So for July, I'll let you guys know when to throttle it down. But for now, you can super chat me. I don't care how you get the money on the screen. You can buy stickers. You can super chat me. Big money, $100, $5, $3. Or you could buy $101 stickers and plaster your name all over my screen. It doesn't matter how I get the super chat. The important thing for you to remember, it is better for you to give to Michael Fazio than for Michael Fazio to give to you. And that is the mantra of the fedora. And I've already done enough of this, so when you see the fedora, give money, give the money, send money, send it, baby. If I scam you, you will give. And nobody runs a better legitimate scam than Michael Fazio in the Philippines, baby. Okay, so let's see. Warren says, Jack, you didn't ask a question. So I see the moderators are working hard today. Michael, please don't tell the trolls about my $1 shame. I got to tell you, Warren and I had our first big to-do. We had a big to-do this morning. I went to my Patreon account, and what I noticed is that the first thing I noticed about my Patreon account this morning was there was 2 new members. I don't really like to say what the numbers were, but they were at close to the highest donation levels possible. Now, one was a member, then he raised his pledge, and then he left Patreon about 3 weeks ago, and I said, thank you for your patronage. And then he came back about a week ago, and I sent him another letter, thanks for returning. But apparently, maybe his credit card got charged, and he realized that he didn't want to be a member of Patreon anymore. So I said, thank you for your patronage, and have a nice day, and decide to come back. Or if there's anything I could do for you, considering the amount of money that the gentleman already gave me through Patreon, I will be happy to call an American number, an Australian number, or talk to him on Skype. So far, I haven't received an answer. We'll call that man Robert, and he will know who he is. However, there was a second gentleman that moved into Robert's slot at the same pledge level. So that's a good thing that we have a new member of my Patreon page, and we'll call him Steve. Okay, so Steve, if you're out there, thank you very much. And as I said in the letter I sent you through Patreon, if there's even though you're just a new member, if there's anything I can do to help you get to the Philippines, or a place that's a good place for you to be in the Philippines, you just send me a message through Patreon, and I will explain to you the places that I know about diving, beaches, and what is and what is not acceptable for me might be different for you. But there are places in the Philippines that you don't need to go to. There are basically nothing. Let's put it like this. There's basically, like, there are some parts of the Philippines that I went to called Bacolod. Bacolod is on the island of Dumaguete. Okay. Dumaguete City is at the lower end of the island, or the west end of the island. Now, that's a very nice area if you want to meet every third person foreigner. That's Dumaguete City. However, at the top of the island is a place called Bacolod. Now, I happen to have gone there to meet a woman, but I went to Bacolod because it's one of the oldest cities in the Philippines, and they had the Capitol building, which was built back in the 1800s, that the website showed marble floors, columns, and railings in the entire Capitol building. And I wanted to make a video of that building specifically. But when I went there, it dumped 5 inches of rain within like 2 days, and the Capitol building was closed. So they did have a lot of stores, but so does Cebu and Manila. Now, if you go to Bacolod to meet somebody, I will tell you that there is no resorts or water parks or anything like that for about 35 kilometers, about 20 miles roughly. So Bacolod is the kind of place that there is one resort, and it was 8,000 pesos a day in the year 2015. I have no idea what it is, but it is a really cool water park, and it has like a cable where you ride your bicycle, and it looks like you're riding a bicycle, and as you pedal, you move along the cable, and it has a water park there and other amusements. It's an amusement park, but it's 35 kilometers from the city. So if anybody's out there and wants to know what to do when they get to the Philippines, if you want diving, white sand beaches, snorkeling, or just relaxation, pump boat to island tours, then you don't want to go to Bacolod. And you really don't want to go to a few other places. And I would look that up for you. But there are a few places that are better for certain things than other things. So, Steve, if you're out there and you need any information, even though you're a new guest on my Patreon page, I'd be happy to help you. So let's go back to the comments. We did good. We did good. Wordsmithing. Scott Del Fuego. There was once a jealous old fool who did not know the import of tools. His life was so bare that he did oft dyed his hair and spent his life in a room to stay cool. So that Scott is talking about when me explaining to you how to get your tax identification number and why I have a tax identification number. So I'll go over the tax identification number and the YouTube tax procedure as well. So that if you want to import tools or heavy equipment, which I did, into the Philippines, you need to have a TIN number. And that is gotten from the BIR, the Bureau of Internal Revenue Service. However, in order to get that TIN number, you need to get an NB, well, in order to get the tools or equipment into the Philippines, because we're buying tools and equipment for the hotel build. In order to get the tools and equipment in, you need the two things. You need well, I have it in a pamphlet. You need to have an NBI clearance, and you also need to have the TIN number. Otherwise, you cannot talk to a customs broker. The broker will talk to you, but you cannot receive your goods. In other words, if I decided to order a rebar bender today with my NBI clearance and my TIN number, I can call up a customs broker and give him those code numbers on my passport, on my NBI clearance, and my TIN number, tax identification number. He can check that out. As a customs broker, he has the program to check those out. I will also tell you that it takes 21 business days minimum to get those applications filled out and completed. So that's to import equipment into the Philippines. But for YouTube, that's a different process. But I will also digress back to your NBI clearance and your tax identification number. You're going to need what is called an original copy of your birth certificate. An original copy, not a copy of your birth certificate. They want a raised stamp birth certificate. If you don't have that and you live in America or you came from America, you're going to have to send somebody in America to the hospital that you were born at with identification and proof that they have permission to apply for an American original birth certificate with the raised stamp. Not so easy to do via a second party, but it's possible. You're also going to have to pay a service fee for that. And at that point, when you get to the hospital, they probably are going to have to go take your service fee, which was $10 for me when I was in America. And then they tell you to come back in 72 hours. They have to go to where they store the records. So you're going to have to go to the hospital where you were born, if it's still there, or a bigger hospital that you can apply for the paperwork in. So it has to be. Now, if you go to the office of the Bureau of Internal Revenue Service and they ask you for certain paperwork, including an original birth certificate, and then they'll give you three 1901 forms, and they'll tell you to get a brown envelope like this. They'll tell you to get a brown legal size envelope. Fill out the 1901 forms, both sides. You need to bring your original birth certificate and a high quality copy of your birth certificate. You also need to bring your passport and a high quality color copy of your passport. Without that, you're not getting a TIN number, believe me. But you don't bring that. This is a little bit more complicated than you want to understand, but you need to go to the BIR. You need to go to the BIR to register your name, to get the papers. Without the registration, I can't give you photocopies of the 1901 form. Once you register, they give you the form. When you have the three forms filled out, both sides, your original birth certificate with a copy of your original birth certificate, and your passport and a copy of your passport in color, both. Then you bring that to City Hall, CITY City Hall, and you'll go to the office at City Hall. They'll go through your paperwork that day. If you get there before like 10 o'clock in the morning, they'll go through your paperwork. They'll check your paperwork. And if everything checks out, you will give them your cell number. And they will tell you to go away, go someplace, wherever, go home, go back to the BIR. And when we call you, so I would go home. When we call you, then you will be texted a code. And then when you have that code, you will take the code, put it on a piece of paper. Then you will go back to the BIR office and get there before 10 o'clock in the morning, because they only give out 150 numbers. In fact, I forgot to tell you, you have to wait online at the BIR office. So I suggest you get there before 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock would probably be a good time, because they start giving out numbers at 7. So after you get the number, I was number 63. I had to wait till 10:20 to get my papers. So basically I waited just over an hour, but it took an hour and 12 minutes or thereabouts to go through 15 numbers. So 70 minutes, 15 numbers, took about 4 minutes a number, roughly, and 5 minutes a number. But after you get your paperwork filled out at City Hall, I would suggest you go home, because they're probably not going to call your cell phone up that day. I know people that waited several days. When they got their text, one lady came in at about 10 o'clock, and she said, I have the code. And the guard said, okay, here's a number. Her number was like 135, and they were up to 63. And she said, yeah, but I have the code. And the guard said, have a seat, ma'am. And so she would have been there till probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I suggest, after you get your code, to come back again by 9 o'clock, because you're going to get a number. Now, you don't have to sit there, and you don't even have to be there when your number is called. For myself, I went to the BQ Mall, and I went to the bank, and I did my shopping and some other things. And when I came back an hour or so later, I was not so far away from being called. But had I gone away for 2 or 3 hours and they called my number, you can still go up to the security desk and give them your number. Say like your number was number 50 and they're up to number 80. That's okay. You just give him your number and you're next in line. But I would not expect to get your paperwork done at City Hall. That's a very iffy situation. If you can get into City Hall and they're still processing orders, which they only do till noon that day that I went there. So you need to get there early. So you're already afternoon. I would have got there the first day had I not rushed. So it's like, it's not so easy. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It's possible, but it's not easy. So then when you go to City Hall, there's a 530 peso fee for them to fill out your paperwork, but there is no further fee at the Bureau of Internal Revenue Service. You will be listing yourself as self-employed, which is different than my personal TIN number. So now I have a personal TIN number and I'll have a self-employed TIN number. Now, when you go to the NBI, which is not near City Hall, because a lot of people get City Hall mixed up with the Capitol building. The NBI is, I'd say 450 feet from the Capitol building. People will tell you to go to the Capitol building because they confuse the Capitol building with City Hall. They're in two different places, and they're 3.5 to 4.4 kilometers separate from each other, and they get confused. I don't know why they work there, but they get confused. So when you get your NBI clearance, now that is not optional for your birth certificate and your passport and your driver's license. To get your first NBI clearance, I gave that stuff to them last year, so my NBI clearance was just a matter of, the NBI clearance is a long form of paper like this, like a long sheet, and it's a 8.5 by 11, and it has a corrugated swath through the middle of the paper. Well, they just took the bottom half of my NBI clearance, and 190 pesos. And then I went into the biometric center, and I had a picture taken of my face, and then you do a full set of biometric fingerprints, not the palm, but the thumbs and the rest of your fingers, a full set of biometrics, even though they had it from my original NBI clearance. So they take the bottom half. Then you don't need, you only need your passport and your original NBI clearance. If you don't have the NBI clearance, you got to go through the whole process again. You got to bring your birth certificate and your passport, your original birth certificate. Now, I don't know why they asked for the original birth certificate, and I didn't ask why they asked for the original birth certificate, but it says, the lady says, bring your original birth certificate. And I didn't ask, can it be a copy? Because last year, when I brought a copy, I handed them the copy by mistake, and they said, no, sir, you need the original. So I'm just letting you know that the paperwork to get your NBI clearance is going to be, at least with the waiting time, approximately an hour. But my first time there, it took 3 hours because there were people ahead of me. And my original TIN number took 2 trips to the city and 2 numbers to get online, because the first day they didn't get to my number. And instead of just going to that number, like say they took 100 numbers on Monday, instead of going to 101 on Tuesday, nope, got to get there early and get a new number starting at 1 again. They don't go from the previous day's numbers. So the second day I got there early. So I suggest you get there early. Now, that was an entire day. I got a number and sat down in the Bureau of Internal Revenue Service until about 2 o'clock. And the woman that was sitting directly in front of my chair for the whole time I sat there, about 3 hours, I think her name was Miss Silva. I don't really remember, but I think it was Miss Silva. When I got to the desk, the reason I didn't get my NBI clearance, my TIN number the first day, is she only works until a certain time in the afternoon. Whatever time that was, she left. So that was the end of that type of TIN number from that department. So the following day, they knew that I had come the day before, and then there was a man there. And after about an hour, I said to the man, can you tell me if Miss Silva's going to be there when I get to her line? And he walked over to the line, to the table where Miss Silva was, And she said, "You're next," to me. So they're very nice there, and they're very accommodating. And I think I might have spent 6 minutes with that woman once all my papers were filled out. So if you guys think that you're going to come to the Philippines and you need to do business here, you need to bring an original birth certificate, of course, your passport. And I will tell you one more thing. Your passport, in order to get an NBI clearance, needs to be more than 6 months before the expiration date. Same for the TIN number. If your passport expires within 6 months of your application, they will not process your application. Now, you want to get a passport, right? Well, you got to go to a passport office in Cebu or Manila, or there's a couple of other islands. If you go to the passport office in Cebu, you need to be there before 11 o'clock in the morning. At 11 o'clock, there's no more passport office in Cebu. If you're inside that, they'll continue processing your passport application. If, like, say, there were 20 people in the office, they'll process those paperwork till they're done. But you can get there at 9 o'clock, and they'll let you in. Not allowed to bring any bags. You're not allowed to bring a personal bag, a pocketbook, nothing. You're allowed to walk in with your passport and your wallet. No pocketbooks, no bags, no backpacks, no food, nothing. Then you go in, and it looks like a library at one time. It's in a very beautiful hotel. It's, in order to get a passport, it was $225 US for the processing. It's not $50 or $75 like it is in America. $225. What happened is my passport got damaged, and they wouldn't accept it. They accepted it the way it was at the immigration office, but they said, "We will accept it this time. It got water damaged, but you need to get a new passport." So I went and got a new passport, and that cost me $225 for the passport, 1,000 pesos each way, because I took the aircon boat, and transportation is only 60 pesos from the dock to the hotel. And then, of course, you have lunch. So now that is another $50 for the day for traveling with with cab fare and the boat. But it takes 3 weeks to process your passport. So you have to go back to wherever you came from. So you're looking at an additional day's travel. Now, I will tell you this. If you're not there by 11 o'clock, if it's like 11:01, you're not getting in there. So you need to be there before 11. So if you're going to get to Cebu, I suggest you get to Cebu before 9 o'clock in the morning. So you take the 6:30 boat to Cebu, and then you're there at 7:30. It takes 20 minutes to get there. When there's no traffic, it takes 35 or 40 minutes to get there in traffic. So that's what you need to do. And I don't know what my replacement passport cost me $350 US to get. And I think it would be the same whether or not the passport was damaged or not. I think it would still be the $225. I didn't really ask them, but that's what I remember paying, $225. All right, so let me get over here. It was somewhere around 35,000 pesos is what I spent with all inclusive, food, transportation, so on and so forth. Yep, Michael McFarland. Google won't take my Philippines MasterCard. Don't worry about it, Michael. Thanks for stopping by. Scott Del Fuego, welcome to the machine, Michael McFarland. Long-time subscriber, and he did buy my book, Angels on the Ark. We thank Michael McFarland for that. Thank you very much, Michael. Scott Del Fuego. Did you see Michael's video of the computer shops with no stock? Someone on another channel said it is easy to buy a PC in a day. Yeah, good luck. No. Oh, well, you're talking to Scott Del Fuego. You can only see the video of the empty shelves for the computer stores that I went to. I put up 2 computer videos on Patreon. One has the store with no computers on the shelves or the tables, and no stock, and they raised the prices 25% for what they did have in stock, although they said they didn't. They certainly did. And the other video is they will not even let you in the store at all. There are no Asus computers in the biggest computer store in Bohol. There are no Asus computers. And if you know what you want and the price range, you will sit outside the store on a chair, and they will bring that computer out to you. No longer are you allowed to go into the biggest computer store in Bohol. You have to sit outside the store, and they bring you the computer. So you give them a model number or a price range, and they'll bring something out. That's 2 of the 4 computer stores I went to. The other 2 computer stores only had 1 computer. One was not an Asus. It was an Acer, and I didn't want it. And one was an Acer, but it was the lowest value Acer that I've ever seen. That was $400 US. So I said, well, okay, I'll take that computer. And they put it on the table. And when I opened up the computer and I turned it on, and it worked fine. So I said to myself, let me make a Word document, because I have to make notes for my videos. And I went to open up Word, and there was no Word icon. So I said to the woman, where is the Word icon? Oh, sir, you have to buy that separate. So usually it's $100. Since Word came out, it was $100. That's just what it is. So we have this model, the business and personal only. I said, okay, I'll take that. So she brings it over to the table, and it was 13,100 pesos. That's $262. So I said, no, I would just like the other version. Can you get me the other version? No, sir, out of stock. And they're not ordering it. So I didn't take the computer. So it's not so easy to buy a computer in the Philippines. There's no stock in Bohol. 4 computer stores. 2 stores only had 1 computer model left. And they were both, one was $26, one was $520, and one was $410 or something like that. But neither one of them came with Word. So Word is, in the one store was $260, and in the other store they didn't have Word at all. So, you know, if you can buy a computer in the Philippines, if you want to buy a low-end computer, then you could probably get one. But if you want to buy the Asus ZenBook Pro Duo i9, they don't have those in stock. Okay, so let's get back over here into the comments. So Scott said he did see the video. See, I tell you people that a lot of the stuff I don't put on YouTube. And I'm not real sure why they did it, but I guess it's supply and demand, which I mentioned in the video. The computers that were 29,000 pesos were now 36,000 pesos. Same model. I am absolutely sure of that. They raised the price between 20 and 30% on the models that were available. Why, I don't know, but that's what they did. And like the original price of 39,000 pesos for one model, which was an i5, which is another trick that they have. The i5 trick was, it was 39,000 pesos, $800, but they raised it to 46,000 pesos, which is now $920. And it says it comes with Windows 10, and it does. But they only had the 13,000 peso word for the computer. So now it's 920 plus 260 or $1,180. Now it's $1,200 for the computer, except it only has 4 gigs of RAM. And the RAM bar costs, according to Andrew Blue Rose, the RAM bar is $200 plus $60 for the installation. So now it went up to $1,400 for a computer that started out at $900. It's $1,400 if you add the RAM. Plus, if you add the RAM, you have to wait 1 week. They won't add the RAM that day. It voids out the warranty. So you can't add the RAM. You can't buy the RAM and put the RAM in if you know how to do it. And the store will not put the RAM in, not that day, not next week, not next month. In order for the warranty to maintain its integrity, you have to bring the computer to an ASUS repair center, a factory authorized ASUS repair center. They'll put the RAM in, and I understand Andrew explained to me it's $200 for the RAM and $60 for the installation. So you went from a $920 computer to a $1,400 computer with Word and the RAM. And it's still only an i5 836 something model. So we're going to hold off on the computer. I'll just keep that money in a very special bank account that's registered to my name. And when I get the option to buy the computer here, I'll buy it. Or Warren has a man named, I forgot the man's name, but he's here. Warren has a guy in Australia that can get me the Asus ZenBook Pro Duo i9 in 48 hours. It'll be at Warren's front door. So probably that's how we're going to go. So the money that Warren gave me already for the computer, and GE Northcote's money, and everyone else who donated for the computer, that money will eventually be returned to Warren for his donation, and GE Northcote's donation of $315 towards the computer in one day. That will go towards the purchase of the computer. So thank you, everybody who donated. Altogether, $3,000 US was donated for the computer in one day. Imagine that. Imagine that. One day, I woke up and I said, I wonder if my subscribers would give me money for a computer. And like 6 hours later, I had $2,300 pledged, and since then, the other $700 came in. Yay! This is Rabbi to Barker in the Philippines, baby. And remember, when you see the fedora, you are about to get legitimately scammed. Let's go to the comments. Warren's asking one of those questions that really have a pretty standard answer. Warren says, Scott Del Fuego, they ask for the original birth certificate so they can keep Mr. Obama out of the country. There, baby. Mr. Obama. That's right. That's right. And Mr. Duterte does not like Mr. Obama at all. There is no good blood between those two men. Warren said, that's true. Scott Del Fuego with the definition of legality. They ask for the original birth certificate so they can keep Mr. Obama out of the country. I like that. I like that. Now, next comment from Warren H. Has anyone ever heard of Michael say, send me money? Send me that super chat. I do it, but I tell you right up front, I'm running a legitimate scam. I have certification, I have placards somewhere around here that says if I'm running a legitimate scam, that I went to the school of scam. And it is better to give Jesus. He's Jesus himself. It's in red letters in the Bible. Jesus said it's better to give Michael Fazio than for him to give back to you. But I remember a long time ago, I was going on YouTube and a guy, we won't mention his name, had blocked all of my friends because he was being extorted by another YouTube blogger. And I'm going, if you guys are not going to give me money, I just won't do my shows. And then I got a message on the screen that he was, one of my subscribers was blocked, and he had to go start a new account to tell me that he was blocked. And then I went to my block list and I realized that every single member of my Patreon account and every friend that had ever super chatted me was blocked. There was 120 people were blocked. So no one was coming to my live stream. Now it's a different story. Now Google just doesn't like the fact that I'm a very conservative blogger. They don't like the algorithm knows what channels you go watch. So if you go watch, I mean, even if you just go watch Donald Trump videos, your views are going to go down. You have to be so politically neutral when you start your channel. Otherwise, if you start posting on Red Pill Philosophy or Donald Trump or David Icke videos or even Stephen Molyneux, he's gone. 1 million subscribers. He was doing a video about statistical charts, and they took him off YouTube, Facebook, I think, and definitely Twitter, all within 40 minutes. So that's why I became a less political animal, because anybody that talks about politics is a political animal. Anybody that becomes a politician is a political animal. So I am less of a political animal than I was because I try to maintain an even keel. You know that. So let's go back. So Warren says, I asked, has anyone heard of Michael say, send me money? Send me money. I have a video right here. I'm looking at it. I won't tell you the name of the video. I don't want to give the name because I'm using it in another venue. But there's a video of a person demanding money, a minimum. Otherwise, you're going to get blocked. I won't tell you the name of the person, but I have that video right here on my screen. It's part of something I'm working on. So has anyone heard Michael say, send me money? Well, we'll wait for the answer on that. So Warren says, I asked, as a vlogger says, he heard Michael say this and quoted him. Amazing how things work over there. Oh, no. Okay. Scott Del Fuego's making a commentary on how things work in the Philippines. Amazing how things work over there. Very unique experience. No. I have heard Michael say, please don't give to someone more money, though, more needy. Oh, no, okay, I read that wrong. Amazing how things work over there. Very unique experience. No, I have heard Michael say, please don't give. And then give to someone more needy. In that case, it was Honeycomb Baby. I think Scott is talking about Honeycomb Baby, where I told the Hapsters, please don't send me any super chat because they're always very generous. Just give it to Honeycomb, because Honeycomb she did get a job this week from what I understand, but she is in such a bind where she lives. I won't get involved with the politics of the country she's in. I don't want to get her in trouble, but she is in a place where the rules over here are lenient compared to the rules where Honeycomb Baby is. Scott Delfrego, Mr. Trump is eyeing us rather skeptically. He has a very sharp set of teeth and such beady eyes. He looks suspicious. Mr. Trump. Now, I even have Mr. Trump set next to my Lysol, bottle of Lysol here. Not Lysol, Listerine. Listerine. I call it Lysol because Mr. Trump uses a lot of Listerine. And Mr. Trump never did tell us the truth about anything. All the things that he said, all the things he was going to do, he was going to talk about putting Mrs. Hillary into a special hotel unit. He didn't do that. And he was going to put Mr. Obama under the limelight. He didn't do that. And Mr. Trump was going to build some kind of wall. He never did that. And he was going to clean up some kind of swamp, and he never did that. And then he was going to make America great again, and he never did that. Because when you bring it up and then you knock it down 4,000 times less than what it was when you started, doesn't count that you brought it up for a couple of months. He didn't do that. Mr. Trump, he has a problem with the truth. That's why we created the Trump mouthwash. It's called Lysol. This is the new and improved Trump mouthwash. It's a subsidiary of Listerine. And what this bottle is, it kills germs that cause bad breath, plaque, and gum problems. And it also sells in the store in the Philippines for about $9.50. So if you're going to come to the Philippines and you use mouthwash, you can get Listerine here in the international foods section and also in some pharmacies. So this is about $10. But Mr. Trump, Scott said he was eyeing us with the beady little eyes. Mr. Trump has helped America even less than Mr. Obama. If anybody ever thought that was going to happen, I told you 2 years ago, Mr. Trump was not telling the truth. And again, my prophecies came true. I told you 2 years ago in my live streams that Mr. Trump would never build a wall. It may go back 3 years. I said I looked at Mr. Trump's cabinet, his immediate, what they call his inner circle of friends, and all of them are Talmudic Jews. All of them. They're all of Jewish descent, and they're all, not all, I think 8 out of 10 are dual citizens to Israel. And when I looked at his cabinet picks and what he ended up with on his inner circle, I said, nope, he's not going to build a wall. He is a new, out of order world man. He is 100% for the needle. that will give you things that you probably wish you didn't have after a couple of years, or a few more years from that, you won't even be around to wish that you didn't have those things that you didn't want to begin with. But Mr. Trump, although he was against giving out the gift that keeps on giving in the needle, he's 100% for it now, right, Mr. Trump? That's right, Michael Fazio. Look at those teeth. I got 3 teeth. I want to give you a present. Mr. Trump, did you lie to the American people? I lied. I lied better than Mr. Obama. I lied more. I screwed everybody. I screwed everybody. I would be Mr. Trump. I trumped them all. Just like your great-great-grandfather stole the patents from Nikola Tesla. Woo! Mr. Fazio, I didn't think you knew about that. I know about that, Mr. Obama. Did you know, this is a true fact, that Mr. Trump's he's 78, great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather, look it up. Trump steals patents from Nikola Tesla. Trump's great or great-great-grandfather worked for what was called the OSS, the operation. It was the precursor to the CIA, Mr. Trump's great-great-grandfather or great-grandfather. And he worked for the OSS, and he was Nikola Tesla's agent in the OSS. And Nikola Tesla had a secretary who he gave all of his most privileged secrets to, and the combination to any vaults that he kept that stuff in. And that man, who was Nikola Tesla's personal assistant and friend, was really a double agent for Nikola Tesla and the OSS. And Mr. Trump's great-grandfather or great-great-grandfather was the operational officer that took the information from Nikola Tesla's secretary. So honesty is not something that runs in the Trump genome. That's the truth. You can look it up. Or I forgot the name of the website. There's a website, this whole entire website devoted to just that one piece of information. And I did that website about a week or so ago. It was late at night. I read for about, I guess I read on the website for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. But before I got to the website, I watched a video. I think I even had it on the screen until recently. I'm going to look at my history. I'll give you the name of the video. Let's go to history. I don't know that it'll still be in my history because it's been several days. But if it's here, I'll give it to you. It certainly ain't that. Okay. Oh, boy. We're going back already past. All right. Subscription. I'm looking for that website. Not sorry. Right, it's where I don't know that I'm going to find it. It's before Headsom. So let's see. Steel forging methods, mind-blowing YouTube videos. Sam Vaknin, what a name! Really smart guy. Stephen Molyneux banned on Twitch 1 hour after he got banned on YouTube. It was before that. And that was going back already 3 days. I'm not going to be able to find that. But either way, you look up Trump's great grandfather working for the OSS, you might come to that. The video was 54 minutes that I watched. It gave you an outline of what Nikola Tesla was working on. So much junk. Okay, I'm not gonna find it. I'm gonna go back to the live stream. So here we are. Mr. Trump is eyeing us rather skeptically. He has, oh my God, stupid chat is back with a vengeance. Mr. Obama was supposed to appear all right, we're getting into the thick of it now. So Mr. Trump is eyeing, we got that coming from the great wordsmith. They are going to ram the ram where the sun don't shine with that form of scamming. Oh God, they're getting ready to shut it all down. That's why I want to get my computer, so I'll have something to do. But Warren is going to take care of that. Even though I have the money for the computer, Warren's going to bring another computer over from Australia. And my own personal credit card. I can't wait. Imagine Warren gives me the credit card before he goes into quarantine. That'll give me 14 days. I'll call it holiday shopping with the Faz. First thing I'll buy is a phone that costs more than 7,000 pesos. I'll get one of those iPhones for like 80 or 90 or 100,000 pesos. And then I'll be able to live stream from the city. And then I'll live stream banging out Warren's buying supplies for the hotel with the credit card. I'll learn him to give the credit card. I'll learn him to do that. I'll learn him. Mr. Obama was supposed to appear regarding the investigation of the Russian collusion hoax. He did not show up. That's the truth. That is the truth. So, Mr. Obama was supposed to appear in regards to the Huma Abedin Hillary Clinton email service scandal as well, where 30,000 emails were erased. He didn't show up for that either, but people have a short memory. Named after Dr. Scott Del Fuego. Oh, he looked this up. That's right. Named after Dr. Joseph Lister and developed as a surgical oh, okay, this is a different one. Named after, actually, there was a Lister. That's how I got to the Trump video. It was a Dr. Lester. He was a theoretical scientist, I think. And he visited the two men that invented the electric Tesla car. So Scott up Listerine. Let's see what he has to say about that. Named after Dr. Joseph Lister and developed as a surgical disinfectant, Listerine is now the best known as a mouthwash. I would suggest you don't drink that, by the way. Don't swallow any of that. Osama Hayden bin Laden needs to have a doll made soon. Hayden bin Biden. Oh yeah, we will make something special for Mr. Joe. And we have stupid chat. Oh, let's see. I see. Sorry, I have not commented. I was busy recording. Warren, Warren's becoming a regular videographer recently. Thanks for holding my $1 shame. Oh, I forgot all about that. I almost had to let Warren go. I gave it some serious thought. What happened when I went to my Patreon account is Warren has been, it shows, a member for 17 months. But it's at the $1 level. I mean, what's up with that? But, there's love. And I'm going to normally I don't like to have $1 members in my Patreon. It's okay. I have other $1 members in my Patreon. But the reason I don't really care to have $1 members, I prefer the $500 members. They're good. Those guys are good. And the $100 members, they're pretty good too, but not as good as the $500 members. But I also prefer to have, and I know that you think I'm kidding, but at one time we had all the colors in the Patreon covered, but not so much anymore. But Warren is at the $1 level. But Warren is my friend, as you well know. And so what I have to do with the $1 members is I send them the list as the videos appear that I'm going to put in Patreon. I put them either public for all Patreon members, but there's some sort of glitch in the Patreon page. So the computer videos that I posted, there's a glitch that didn't show the $1 members the post. And I asked Warren if he saw the computer videos because I posted it at all levels, and he said no. So now what I would have to do is go to my video, get the link in the title, and then I have to go into Patreon, which takes several minutes, and then open up the $1 subscribers, which there are a couple, and then post the link in the $1 subscription box for Patreon, because that's the agreement. It's a lot of work for $1. Warren should know better, but when he wanted to raise the pledge, he doesn't have what it takes. He just doesn't have. I don't understand. He wanted to go from $1 to $500 a month. I refuse. I will block him. There's no in between. Okay, I'm not gonna take $500 a month. Not when I'm gonna get a credit card with my name on it, good for $400 a day. We're gonna work this deal so that it looks like one thing and is something else. We're gonna get, so especially after I sign the papers and half the legal issues over to Warren. Now, I didn't even want a credit card, but, who am I? Who am I to deny a credit card with 20,000 peso a day limit? Who am I? I mean, really, who am I? How can I do that to my friend? How can I do that to my friend Warren? If I don't take the credit card with my name on it from his bank account, he's going to get insulted. He might not even come to the Philippines. He said, if you don't take the credit card, I just won't go to the Philippines. I can't do that to my friend Warren. I'm going to take the credit card as much as it hurts me and behooves me to take the credit card, doing mean like I didn't want it. As much as it behooves me to not take it, I'm going to tell a friend that's the least I could do, to spend your money. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of that for sure. We have more stupid chat. $5.73. Oh, God. $5. Super chat, baby. The pot. Where is... Hey, you know the problem with this is, I was going to do a... I can't find it. I'll do it Wednesday, I guess. I was going to do a live stream for a GoFundMe for a new spatula. But I can't find the old spatula. It's lost. I looked for it, but don't worry about it. I'll find it. If I don't find it, what I'll do is I'll just do a GoFundMe for a new spatula. And when I get the money for the new spatula, I'll go to the stores and buy a new spatula. Eventually, I'll find the old spatula. I mean, that's a guaranteed. That's a gimme. I'm gonna find that. I had it yesterday on the table, and then I banged a bunch of shit, and then it disappeared. It could be magic. Maybe I have a magic spatula, but it's broke. I don't know where it went. So I'll just do that GoFundMe sometime in the near future, or I'll just wait for Warren to come here with the credit card and the computer. And when I get the credit card and the computer, I'll go buy a spatula. And then I'll present the receipt, and then I'll get the money back from the GoFundMe from my subscribers, because you people are just an amazing group of people. Salamat. Let's get the pot. So we're going to get the pot. I can see Scott Del Fuego. I see a new fedora and an iPhone 11 Pro, a jet ski, a new shark skin suit with a silk tie and a silk French cuff shirt. Dapper Don has nothing on flashy Fazio. We could do that. We could do that. Imagine I will still wear the Michael Fazio shirt, but when I have to, even if I'm on with the new silk suit, in case I have to help somebody fix a flat on a tricycle I did that last week. A guy. I didn't make a video of it. I actually didn't bring my cell phone that day. A guy is on the side of the road with a tricycle. It wasn't a city road. It was when I walk from the office of the NBI to the ICM Mall. There's a long winding road up and down several hills. And on that road was a guy with a tricycle. And he had the wheel off the tricycle in order to fix the flat. It was the side wheel on the passenger side. So he's pulled over to the side of the road, and he's got the tricycle on a rock, of all things. I don't know why a rock, but there was a forest right behind him. So when I got there, he was trying to get the tricycle up high enough to get the tire back on. And right next to where he was a pile of firewood. And I took, it was the heavy duty stuff, not the 1-inch stuff. It was like 2-inch wood. And I just took a couple of pieces, put it on the side of the rock, and jacked up the tricycle with leverage. And he said, thank you. So sometimes, even when I'm in a hurry to get from doing the video of how to get the NBI clearance to go into the mall so I could get on the jeepney on the way home. Because the jeepneys are only half full now, I still stopped to help the guy. It only took I don't think I was with him 3 minutes. But he just didn't get the idea that there's a pile of wood behind you, or he was such an honest man, he didn't want to touch somebody else's wood without asking them. I don't know. But anyway, we got the wheel right on. As soon as he didn't speak any English. He said, Salamat. I said, Bayan, and I left. So let me get the pot, because I see that you guys are out there, and you just You're breaking every rule. I didn't ask for super chat, and then I see super chat. Then I don't even have the pot ready. I have no spatula. You guys are just jamming me up from every different direction. I might have to time you out. I don't know. I'm going to give it some serious thought. You remember what happened last time? I never even got the rules. Even the rules of engagement with the Ferengi, I never got those up there either. I can't get a break. I just can't get a break. So we're going to do, because Scott mentioned Mr. Obama, we're going to do a Black Pots matter. But first and foremost, what we're going to do, what do I got? What could I bang this with? Let's try something different today. Let's try something a little different. Get something. I have something to bang this with. I always have something to bang something with. Let's go. I can't take that call just yet. Not with you guys. So just let me leave a message. Hold on. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Normally, I don't have Skype open. I don't think I'm going to lose the call, but if I do, if I lose the live stream. Okay, Matalog. Thank you. Salamat. Hello. She's teaching me how to teach Messiah. Okay, so the goal. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. To go. Okay. All right. So I'm back. So Warren, that was our friend. And let's see. What should I bang this pot with? I got something. I know. I always got something. I'm hoping. What I keep hoping is that I know what I'll bang. I'll bang the pot with my nut. This nut is going to be. I have a box of these galvanized nuts. Not a whole box. It's just the bottom of a 1 foot by 1 foot milk crate. And the reason I brought them is because this was one of the jobs that I used to do when we built bridges. These were some of the bridge nuts for different things. And they also hold down, they're about the same size as the ones that hold down those huge electrical power poles, the ones that are up about 150 feet, and then they have a flange on the bottom. These are about the size of the nuts. There was 36 nuts to hold down this size power pole. I got a couple off that. This is from a bridge job though. So let's bang the pot with one nut, because everybody knows, you've heard the stories about Warren's unfortunate cancer history and operation history. And let's bang the pot with one nut. Thanks for holding my dollar shame. So, oh, that's a